The Renaissance, a time of incredible change and creativity. It swept across Europe from the 14th to the 17th centuries. Imagine a society reawakening after a long sleep. That's the Renaissance. The word itself means rebirth in French. It marked a renewed interest in classical learning and culture, the ancient Greeks and Romans. After the Middle Ages, Europe was eager for new ideas and perspectives. This wasn't just about digging up old books, though. The Renaissance was a vibrant period of exploration, discovery, and innovation. It touched every part of life, from art and science to literature and philosophy. Most importantly for us, the Renaissance completely changed how stories were told and how people thought about the world. Now let's see how it all happened. Picture this: Europe in the throes of the Reformation. Martin Luther's challenge to the Catholic Church sent shockwaves across the continent. This religious upheaval had a profound impact on literature. Suddenly, people were questioning traditional authority, debating religious doctrines, and expressing their individuality more freely. This newfound freedom of thought found its way into the pages of books and plays. Meanwhile, intrepid explorers were setting sail, discovering new lands and cultures. Think Columbus reaching the Americas or Magellan circumnavigating the globe. These voyages expanded not just the map of the world, but also the boundaries of imagination. Exotic tales of distant lands and people fueled the imaginations of writers and readers alike. The world had suddenly become a much bigger, more exciting place. One of the most significant changes during the Renaissance was the rise of vernacular languages. For centuries, Latin had been the language of scholarship and literature. But now, writers began to embrace their own native tongues. In England, this meant writing in English instead of Latin. This was a radical shift. It made literature accessible to a wider audience. People who couldn't read Latin could now enjoy stories and poems in their own language. This shift to English wasn't just about accessibility. It also allowed writers to express themselves in ways they never could before. English was a language full of life, energy, and nuance. It was the perfect tool for capturing the spirit of the Renaissance. Now, let's meet some of the literary giants of the English Renaissance. No discussion of this period would be complete without mentioning Christopher Marlowe and, of course, William Shakespeare. Marlowe, a true rebel of his time, captivated audiences with his powerful plays like Dr. Faustus and Tamburlaine the Great. His work explored themes of ambition, power, and the conflict between good and evil. And then there's Shakespeare, the bard himself. His plays are still performed and studied today, centuries after they were written. From the tragedies of Hamlet and Macbeth to the comedies of Much Ado About Nothing and Twelfth Night, Shakespeare's works continue to resonate with audiences worldwide. While theatre flourished, other literary forms also thrived during the Renaissance. Edmund Spenser, another literary giant, made his mark with his epic poem The Faerie Queene, a fantastical allegory celebrating Queen Elizabeth I. The sonnet, a poetic form originating in Italy, also gained immense popularity in England during this time. Shakespeare's sonnets, in particular, are still considered some of the most beautiful and moving love poems ever written. These writers, each in their own way, captured the spirit of the Renaissance, a time of intellectual curiosity, artistic experimentation, and a deep fascination with the human condition. What makes Renaissance literature so fascinating is its timeless relevance. The themes explored by Shakespeare, Marlowe, and Spenser, such as love, loss, ambition, revenge, and the struggle between good and evil, are still relevant today. We still grapple with the same questions about morality, identity, and the human condition. These writers, through their unforgettable characters and timeless stories, offer us insights into our own lives and the world around us. Think about Hamlet's famous soliloquy, "To be or not to be." It's a meditation on life and death that still resonates with us today. Or consider the passionate love letters exchanged in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. These works continue to move us because they speak to universal human experiences. The impact of the Renaissance extended far beyond literature. This period witnessed a flowering of art, music, and architecture. Think of Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, Michelangelo's David, and the majestic dome of St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. These masterpieces, created during the Renaissance, continue to inspire awe and wonder. The emphasis on humanism, realism, and classical ideals that characterized Renaissance art also found expression in the literature of the time. The Renaissance wasn't just a glorious period in history, it was a bridge between the medieval world and the modern age. It laid the groundwork for the scientific revolution, the Enlightenment, and the rise of individualism. The spirit of inquiry, the thirst for knowledge, and the belief in human potential that defined the Renaissance continue to shape our world today. We are still reaping the benefits of the artistic, scientific, and intellectual achievements of this remarkable era. The English Renaissance, in particular, was a golden age for literature. It gave us some of the greatest writers in the English language, whose works continue to be read, performed, and studied around the world. From the soaring tragedies of Shakespeare to the witty comedies of Marlowe, from Spenser's epic poem to the intimate sonnets of the age, Renaissance literature continues to captivate and inspire us. It reminds us of the power of storytelling, the beauty of language, and the enduring relevance of the human experience. So the next time you encounter a Shakespeare play or read a sonnet, remember that you are engaging with a rich literary legacy that has shaped our world in countless ways. The Renaissance may be over, but its spirit lives on through the timeless power of its literature.